Good day everyone. I am Chrissy Crucio from BSED Social Studies, second year student, and your pre-service teacher. At this juncture, I will be discussing under Unit 2, Bases and Policies of Special and Inclusive Education. Here are the learning objectives. First, to understand the importance of the three Republic Act of the Philippines. First, Republic Act number 9442. Second, Republic Act number 7277. And third, Republic Act number 1065. To demonstrate and reflect this Republic Act in education. Now let's discuss first the Republic Act number 9442. What does this act mean? Republic Act number 9442 is an act amending Republic Act number 7277, otherwise known as the Magna Carta for disabled persons and for other purposes. Let's take a look from the picture. So that picture are examples of disabled persons that we usually observe in our society, or they are very common in our community or around in the society. Therefore, this law is a prevention against disabled persons. Now at this juncture, let us know what are the privileges and incentives for disabled persons. This is under Chapter 8, Section 32 of this Republic Act number 9442. Here are the privileges and incentives for disabled persons. Letter A, at least 20% discount from all establishments relative to the utilization of all services in hotels and similar lodging establishments, restaurants, and recreation centers for the exclusive use or enjoyment of persons with disability. Letter B, a minimum of 20% discount on admission fees charged by theaters, cinema houses, concert halls, circuses, carnivals, and other similar places of culture, leisure, and amusement for the exclusive use of enjoyment of persons with disability. Letter C, at least 20% discount for the purchase of medicines in all drugstores for the exclusive use or enjoyment of persons with disability. Letter D, at least 20% discount on medical and dental services, including diagnostic and laboratory fees such as, but not limited to, X-rays, computerized tomography scans, blood tests, and in all government facilities subject to guidelines to be issued by the Department of Health or DOH in coordination with the Philippine Health Insurance Corporation or PhilHealth. And letter E, at least 20% discount on medical and dental services, including diagnostic and laboratory fees and professional fees of attending doctors in all private hospitals and medical facilities in accordance with the rules and regulations to be issued by the Department of Health in coordination with the PhilHealth. Letter F, at least 20% discount on fare for domestic air and sea travel for the exclusive use or enjoyment of persons with disability. Letter G, at least 20% discount in public railways, skyways, and bus fare for the exclusive use and enjoyment of persons with disability. Letter H, They have educational assistance to persons with disability for them to pursue primary, secondary, tertiary, post-tertiary, as well as vocational or technical education in both public and private schools through the provisions of scholarships, grants, financial aids, subsidies, and other incentives to qualified persons with disability, including support for books, learning material, and uniform allowance to the extent feasible. Alright, so that's all for some privileges and incentives for disabled persons may have. And now let's continue on the next Republic Act, which is number 7277. Republic Act number 7277 is an act providing for the rehabilitation, self-development, and self-reliance of disabled persons and their integration into the mainstream society and for other purposes. To deeply understand this Republic Act, let us first define the following terminologies. First is, what is disabled persons? Disabled persons are those suffering from restriction or different abilities as a result of a mental, physical, or sensory impairment to perform an activity in the manner or within the range considered normal for a human being. What is impairment? Impairment is any loss, diminution, or aberration of psychological, physiological, or anatomical structure or function. Next is disability shall mean a physical or mental impairment that substantially limits one or more psychological, physiological, or anatomical function of an individual or activities of such individual. It also means a record of such an impairment or being regarded as having such an impairment. And the next one is handicap. Handicap refers to a disadvantages for a given individual resulting from an impairment or a disability that limits or prevents the function or activity that is considered normal given the age and sex of the individual. What does rehabilitation mean? Rehabilitation is an integrated approach to physical, social, cultural, spiritual, educational, and vocational measures that create conditions for the individual to attain the highest possible level of functional ability. Next one is social barriers. It refers to the characteristics of institutions, whether legal, economic, cultural, recreational, or any other human group, community, or society which limits to the fullest possible participations of disabled persons of the life in the life of the group. Social barriers include negative attitudes which tend to single out and exclude disabled persons and which distort rules and interpersonal relationships. Alright, so those are some terminologies under this Republic Act number 7277. Now let us know about the Section 2, which is a declaration policy that means the grant of the rights and privileges for disabled persons shall be guided by the following principles. Here are some principles. A. Disabled persons are part of the Philippine society, thus the state shall give full support to the improvement of the total well-being of the disabled persons and their integration into the mainstream of society. B. Disabled persons have the same rights as other people to take their proper place in society. C. The rehabilitation of the disabled persons shall be concern of the government in order to foster their capacity to attain a more meaningful, productive, and satisfying life. Alright, so those are some important principles for disabled persons. And now let's move on our last topic, which is Republic Act number 10665. This Republic Act means an act establishing the open high school system in the Philippines and appropriating funds therefore. According to President Benigno Aquino III, has signed a law establishing the country's open high school system that will benefit our schools, youths, and adults. Republic Act 10665 or the Alternative Secondary Education Program provides access to education through the open learning modality. The new law will enable the youth to overcome physical, geographical, socioeconomic, and physical constraints to encourage them to complete secondary education. This act also covers public high school institutions to practice open learning through instructional materials and multi-channel learning and school-family community partnership. It will be available to all youth and adults who completed elementary education and high school qualifiers of the Philippine Educational Placement Test and the Alternative Learning System or ALS, and also the Accreditation and Equivalent Tests. So that's all our discussion this day. Thank you so much for listening. Goodbye!